Alright guys, what's going on? So, promised I'd do a review of the 777, and that's what I'm going to do. Did a couple shooting videos this weekend, and it was kind of fun to go out and shoot, and I'm really kind of enjoying that again. So, should be seeing more shooting videos, and just a little update on the channel. I did open the contest back up just because I had a buddy, Stick to Drum on YouTube, do a shout out for me, and I did get a couple new subscribers and a couple more contest people, and then it's still going on Instagram, and I have about 13 followers to go on Instagram. So I'm probably just gonna run it maybe till the end of probably the end of this week. So Friday the the 4th. I'll probably run it till the 4th of October. So just to see how many get on Instagram, and if I get to the number on Instagram or not, I'll probably just send a contest. So giving you guys a heads up. I turned the comments back on, so if you haven't entered already, do so because they're there. So just some quick updates. Knife video today again. We're doing the 777, and I got this. You know, it's been probably, man, has it been almost 2 weeks since I got this? It's been a little while. I carried it for a good solid week straight and absolutely loved it. It's a great EDC blade. Some people might think it's a little big for EDC. I don't. I think it's perfect size. I mean, it fits my hand like a glove. And I'm trying this new, just so you guys know, if the camera seems really zoomed in, it's actually not zoomed in at all. It's just I'm using this little miniature bipod or tripod, just because sometimes I bump that other one all the time, so I was trying to avoid that because it kind of sat between my legs and this table, and so I'm just going to try this out. So if you don't like the angles, if it's too close up, you know, let me know. I kind of like it because you can get really nice shots in the knives, but it's kind of hard to get a full-blown like shot back here. Yeah. So anyhow, so let's talk about the 777. It's an incredible knife. I mean, in my opinion, the best production knife that is made. That's a bold statement, but I'm serious 100% behind it. I can't think of a better production knife for the money. They're not cheap, they're expensive. Paid like what, $360 for this one, and this is the standard M390 blade. The the Damascus Vanix ones are no longer made. Those are, if you can find them, are crazy pricey. And I even had a DLC one that I ended up selling because I liked the stonewash better, and I just couldn't justify two of them. And I'm not going to say what I sold it for, but let's just say the secondary price on them is pretty expensive. So, anyhow, great knife, super lightweight for its size. I mean, it's a pretty large knife. Here's a comparison next to a VECP, which is actually my newest edition, which you'll see a video on that. And here is the Jason Clark flipper. So pretty close in size, these three. The 777 though is by far the lightest, and it's actually quite a bit longer than the VECP, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite a bit longer handle. So it's a pretty good sized knife. I mean, it's not huge. It's not as big as the 560 or the Tilt or any of those larger Kershaw knives, but it's a good sized knife. But it's super lightweight. I mean, let's see how much it weighs. I think it weighs 4.2 ounces or something. 4.1 ounces. For a blade that size, that's unreal. And the way they achieve that, obviously, is these handles are 100% carbon fiber. There's no, it's a subframe lock, so you do have titanium subframe here, but this is all carbon fiber. This is all carbon fiber on this side. You got a titanium backspacer that's, got some holes in there, so it lightens that up. Titanium pocket clip, So I mean, the only steel parts on the knife are these pivots, and obviously the blade, and then the hardware is still, but very little steel hardware, mostly carbon fiber and titanium. It's got a nice big blade, 3 3.75 inch blade, right around there. M390 steel has been awesome. You can see I've got a nice polished edge on there. Did that with the, you can see that nice reflection of the light there. I did that with the KME. Didn't actually sharpen it. What I did is I just hit it with the translucent Arkansas and the emulsions on the Kangaroo strop, and it gave it that nice polished edge. I just kind of found out with and it sharpened at a 23-degree angle, in case anyone's wondering. So the blade was obviously very sharp. I just kind of want to polish the edge a little bit so it looks nice. So Haven't sharpened or reprofiled it yet. I know Smoke Eater 908 did on his, and he actually got even better results out of the steel once he sharpened it, which is kind of typical for Kershaw and ZT. So anyhow, great. I mean, 4.1 ounces for a knife this big. It's pretty incredible. And again, it just feels so awesome in the hand. This carbon fiber has amazing detail in it. I mean, look at that machine. Probably the prettiest, the most beautiful carbon fiber I've seen on a knife. And I mean, I've had a lot of carbon fiber too. And you got this 3D machining on there. So this, I mean, this is as close to a custom as you're going to get in a production knife. I mean, this is actually nicer than a lot of custom knives I've seen. I mean, it's that good of a knife. And, you know, it's an expensive knife, but man, it's worth every penny because it's one that's going to last you a lifetime. You got ZT's lifetime warranty. You know, it's just the style, the design on the knife is, you know, more like a custom than a production folder. So it's pretty amazing. I mean, it is a limited run production folder, but comparing it to like this, the ZT560 CBCF, which was a limited run production folder, this thing blows it out of the water, I gotta tell you guys. I mean, this thing is amazing. Smoothest knife. I mean, very little effort, and look at how it just, boop, just falls on itself. It's buttery smooth. Great detent, just flies out. I mean, just crazy smooth. And it, you know, it uses the same KVT bearing system as the 560, the 801. I think the Tilt might use that. And this just blows them all away. It's just that much smoother. I mean, it really is, to date, the best ZT knife that has been made, in my opinion. And like I said, I think it's the best production folder you can buy. I mean, you're so close to a custom. I mean, here's a mid-tech, Les George VECP mid-tech. And here's, you know, a Jason Clark custom. And the ZT, in my opinion, is in the same league as those three knives. Those two knives, easy. And it's a lot less expensive. I mean, it's actually even smoother than the Clark is. It's pretty close. Pretty close. But the ZT has a nice, big, huge blade, too, so that helps a little bit with gravity. But so, if you can get your hands on one of these things, do it, because it's just a beautiful knife. I mean, look at some of these details, that nice detailed pivot. It is a Torx pivot, even though it looks like it's proprietary, it's not. It is Torx. You got this nice titanium subframe with the steel insert for the lockup. It looks like it is. It's obviously removable. I'm not sure if that adjusts it or not, but I haven't had. I mean, there's no stick on this knife. Just crazy smooth, guys. I actually haven't carried this for a while. I carried it for a week straight and absolutely loved it. And then I got this Clark, and I've been carrying this for a week. And so you'll see a review on this. Probably next in my knife reviews will be the Clark Tanto Flipper. And then I just got the Les George yesterday. Sold my Sabenza and my Will Zermino flipper I had just got in. That one just didn't really do it for me. Just got this VECP. Found it for a great price of a fellow Instagrammer. And it's in a really, really good condition. He did modify the pocket clip a little bit, so it doesn't have that big spoon style pocket clip anymore, which I actually like this better. And it's got a nice mirror edge on it too. I didn't do that. He did that actually. This has been a great little knife, so I'll do a review on that too. But you know, I've been kind of busy with knives lately, getting some new stuff in, and so I haven't carried the 777 for a while. But it's easily one of my top favorite knives. I mean, it's up there easily with this Jason Clark, which is a full custom handmade knife, and this mid-tech VCP. I mean, it's just up there. It's just the quality. It just exudes quality, and it exudes style and design. And it's just, you know, it's an amazing knife. I mean, no complaints out of this one. It's well worth the money. It's expensive, but it's a beautiful, you know, it's a beautiful knife. I mean, if it just didn't have ZT on it, you'd think it's a custom. You know? I mean, it's that good. I can't find one thing wrong with it. I nitpicked it. I tried to find some sort of uneven machining. The blade came perfectly centered. You know, I was looking, is there any uneven machining on the backspacer? Is there any uneven grinds on the blade? No, there's just nothing. It's just a beautiful knife. ZT really knocked it out of the park with this one. Like I said, the best thing they've come out with to date. They do have the 454 coming out, which did win overall Knife of the Year this year at Blade Show. So that one will probably be pretty awesome too. But for now, this is going to reign supreme. I mean, I'm telling you, it's just a stunner. If you can get one, they're pretty hard to find, and they're pretty much only available on the secondary market. But I know they're making 1,000 pieces of these. Oh, and this is cool. I think I showed this on the unboxing, but check out that serial number. 25. Super low serial number. So one of the first M390s out there. And yeah, I've been carrying it and using it. I'm not really a collector. I mean, you know, I like having a collection of knives, but I use all my knives. I don't have any Save Queens that don't get used, and these all get used. Granted, they get used pretty lightly. They don't get hammered on, but, you know, they get used. They get used to cut things. Typical EDC things, so. My dog was in here and he's looking at himself, driving me a little crazy. So, anyway, guys, 777, if you can find one, grab it. Well worth the money. Absolutely, positively going to stay in my collection for a long time. I mean, it would take something pretty miraculous to kick this out of my collection. Not to say that won't happen, because it has before. You know me, I don't hold on to knives very long. But this one isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. You know, here's some good. We'll just do some good macro shots of the. God, I got this shadow behind me today. What's going on with the lighting? I tried to do this in my other room. That's better lighting, but I was getting shadows too. So, I mean, look at that carbon fiber, the detail in there. Just awesome. And the one thing they did, and I will tell you, and everything, and you know, guys that are into flippers, that have flippers, know this. Some flippers run on bearings, some flippers run on washers. You know, like the Rick Hinder knives are kind of known for having not a very good flipper. They run on washers, and people think that's why they're not good. I can tell you that I've had knives that run on bearings that aren't that great of flippers. The reason why? They have a crappy detent. That is the #1 thing, in my opinion, is a good detent. That's what makes a good flipper. The bearings obviously make it smooth, but I'm telling you, I just had a knife that had bearings that didn't flip for anything because it had no detent, hardly any detent. So that is the difference. I have that Kershaw. Let's snag real quick. Junkyard Dog. No bearings. Perfect. I mean, smooth. No bearings. Why? Good detent. So that's the key. So know that the 777s, I haven't heard of one not having a good detent yet. So they have great detents on them. What helps make them a great flipper? Then obviously the smoothness comes from the bearings. But awesome knife, guys. If you haven't grabbed one yet, try and get your hands on one. They're definitely worth the money. Like I said, best thing that ZT's come out with to date, and like I said, in my opinion, the best production knife out. So if you can find one, grab it. If not, if you're willing to pay the secondary market price, you may be paying a pretty penny for one of these things. But they're worth it. I mean, I'll put it up there with my custom, and you know, the customs I've had before, and I'll put it up there with the mid-tech, and you know, I'll put it up there with pretty much any knife. It'll hang with the best of them. So hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know about the camera angles, if they bugged you, if they were too close. I might just switch back to my old tripod. This little tripod was pretty cheap anyway, but wanted to try it out just to see how it was. And this is the first full-length video I've done with it. So anyway, guys, any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see you next time.